Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today welcome to our Game Week 16 Premier League predictions. Premier League is coming thick and fast. The fixtures are just like that, bang, 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 bang. They're just there. And yeah, and today it's a bit of a special video. We actually have a guest on the channel today. It's not Alex and it's not Sophie, because we've got a different guest for a change. It's actually my mate from school, Josh. So yeah, let's introduce Josh.
Hello, GW16's YouTube channel. It is I, Joshua, also known as GW16. Today, guys, I'm here giving you all my Game Week 16 predictions of the Premier League, as I've got a few spicy ones from here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my first game predictions.
So yeah, of course, Josh, welcome to the channel, my friend. And of course, make sure to go and subscribe to Josh's channel. I will put the link down in the description. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the predictions. And of course, the first game is Crystal Palace versus Josh's team, Liverpool. Now, of course, I think I can only watch about the second half of this game as I have a game tomorrow against Cookley. And of course, my prediction for the game tomorrow is, how are we going to get on tomorrow? I reckon we're going to win 3-0. No, 3-1. We're going to win 3-1. Not the town. But yeah, anyway, Palace versus Liverpool. It's the first game this weekend. Liverpool again, another half-12 kickoff. Klopp is probably fuming. But you know what? Let's start with Palace. 2-0 defeat versus Bournemouth. Not a really good result for Palace against I don't really know how to describe Bournemouth, but against a Bournemouth team who are doing, they are doing all right at the moment. I think that's 4 games without defeat now for Bournemouth, which is actually quite good, to be fair. But you know, this is going to be a tough afternoon for Palace. You know, with the situation with Roy Hodgson, the fans are turning on him, they want him to leave. And by the way, guys, if you haven't actually heard what's happened, apparently at the end of the Crystal Palace-Bournemouth game, a Palace fan lobbed a bottle. It wasn't a beer bottle, it was just a plastic. The fan lobbed a plastic bottle at Roy Hodgson. And, you know, Hodgson was absolutely fuming in his post-match interview. He was not happy. And I can't understand why, because why would you lob a bottle at your manager? It's just an absolute joke. But of course, Liverpool, like I think I've already said, they beat Sheffield United 2-0. Apparently they were average. Van Dijk and Szoboszlai with the goals for Liverpool. Like I said, they were bang average, apparently. But Liverpool fans, put in the comments, don't prove me wrong, but tell me if I'm wrong, as I didn't watch the game. But I'm expecting a Liverpool win here, and Josh will be happy what I'm about to say. 3-0 Liverpool is my prediction. What does Josh predict, though?
Alright, so first game I'm going to be predicting is Crystal Palace against my football club, my team I support, Liverpool Football Club. 14th against 2nd. Crystal Palace have a 16.7% chance of winning, while Liverpool have a 64.5% chance of winning. But yeah, I'm not lying, but Crystal Palace, they did not do very well during this week. They lost 2-0 at home to Bournemouth. Well, Liverpool did alright with a sweet 2-0 win against Sheffield United. I think Alisson in goal. I think the injury, I've heard he's well and he could play. I don't think so. I think Keller will step up again. But given it's at half-12, I think this could be a bit of a struggle for Liverpool. But, at least I think Crystal Palace might do their best. But I don't think they will do anything. So, yeah, I think this could be a Liverpool win. And this could potentially put us top of the league. So, I'm not going to go for a clean sheet. I'm going to go for Palace 1, Liverpool 3. And that's my predictions for the first game. Yeah, next one.
Okay, then moving on. We are moving from South London to Wolverhampton. It is a Midlands derby. Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. It's West Midlands versus East Midlands at Molineux. Now, this is a massive game for Nottingham Forest, as if Forest do not win this game, according to reports, Steve Cooper will be sacked. So big pressure is on Forest tomorrow afternoon at Wolves. But it will not be easy, because I think Wolves are unbeaten in their last 5 home games at Molineux. So it's not going to be easy for Forest. But, you know, Forest, they've got to go out there and put in a lot of effort, because Steve Cooper I mean, ever since he came in ever since Forest sacked Chris Hughton, because when Steve Cooper came into Forest were like bottom in the championship. They were doing really poor. Steve Cooper took them up. Of course, they got into the playoffs to beat Huddersfield in the playoffs. He got them into the Premier League. He kept them up, and I mean, if he does go, I'm sure. If Steve Cooper does go, I'm sure Forest fans will be absolutely devastated considering what he's brought to that football club. But of course, Forest, they did lose 5-0 versus Fulham. It's not a really good result for Forest. And I mean, fair play to the fans staying behind at full time to clap the fans, and fair play Steve Cooper as well, because he literally went like this and said, you know what, we got I've got myself to blame. So fair play to Steve Cooper there. Because normally if that was like another club, like I don't know, Spurs or something, all the fans would be saying, oh, get out, yeah, and this and that. But unfortunately, I think Forest will lose. Does this mean Steve Cooper will get sacked? Who knows? But I think Wolves will win 3-0 as they're very good at home. So yeah, let's see what Josh predicts for this game.
Alright, next up is Wolverhampton Wanderers against Nottingham Forest. Wolves have a 52.4% chance of winning. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest only have a 22.2% chance of winning this. So, I mean, Wolves played okay this Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday, I forgot. But yeah, I saw the game. They did okay. You know, they didn't really do well. Only scored one and that. Meanwhile, Forest didn't. They did not do well on Wednesday. They literally got battered 5-0 by Fulham. And this could depend. I think this game could depend on the Nottingham Forest manager, Steve Cooper's future at the club. As if they don't get anything out of this, then he could get sacked. But I think Forest will do okay. I mean, I don't think they'll win. I think it'll just be a draw. So I'm gonna go for Wolves 1, Nottingham Forest 1. No clean sheets for that game, and I think Divock Origi could score his first goal here. So yeah.
Okay, then next up it is Brighton versus Burnley at the Amex Stadium. Now, I did watch Brighton on Wednesday as they beat Brentford 2-1. And I mean, the first half of that game at the Amex was a bit boring, I'm not going to lie. But the second half, Brighton turned up the level and they played really well. Really poor from Brentford, of course. We'll speak about Brentford literally in the next clip because they are next to predict. But of course, Burnley, they lost 1-0 against Wolves. I didn't watch the game, so I can't really comment on much. But Brighton, I mean, considering they are at home, I think they will win. So I'm going to go 3-0. Josh, what do you think?
Alright, next up is Brighton and Hove Albion, and they face on Burnley Football Club. Brighton have a 64.5% chance of winning, while Burnley have a 15.4% chance of winning. I didn't watch the Brighton game on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, I can't really remember, but they played alright, a 2-1 win against Brentford. Meanwhile, Burnley, pardon me guys, yeah, Burnley, I thought they did alright against Wolves, unfortunate result from them, but I don't think, but they're literally going, but I think Burnley are going up against a high table club away, so it's not going to be easy. I think it's going to be a 3-0 win for Brighton, and Brighton get 3 easy points there. Yeah.
Okay, then next up is Sheffield United versus Brentford at Bramall Lane. Now, Sheffield United losing 2-0 versus Liverpool. Brentford losing 2-1 versus Brighton. Now, like I said earlier, one of my mates, I think I said this earlier, but yeah, one of my mates who is a Sheffield United fan actually, I think, went to the game, I'm not sure. But apparently Sheffield United didn't actually play too bad, to be fair. So could they, you never know, could the Blades win this game? And of course, well, Sheffield United, that game against Liverpool was the return of Chris Wilder. Probably not. Oh, my back. Ah, my God, I really hurt. But will Chris Wilder win this game? Who knows? But to be fair, Brentford, they were really poor on Wednesday against Brighton. They were just really poor. And Buemo's injured as well, which is a big loss for them. It's a big loss losing a big player in Brighton and Bremer. So Sheffield United might have a chance in this game, but I don't think they will win. I think the Bees are going to sting the Blades, and it's going to be 3-1 to Brentford.
Alright, next up is Sheffield United against Brentford Football Club. Now, Sheffield United have a 20% chance of winning this game, while Brentford have a 57.1% chance of winning this. Now both teams they experienced a loss during this week. Sheffield United, I thought Sheffield, they did their best because I watched the Sheffield Liverpool game this week. Brentford, again, I didn't really watch that game, but I think they did okay. I mean, losing 2-1 is not really easy for them, but yeah. But I think Brentford. I think this is gonna be a Brentford win, but I'm gonna go for it. My prediction. This is gonna be crazy, but I'm gonna go for a Brentford 1-0 win. I think Brentford will only score 1 in this game. So yeah.
Okay, then, and the next game, massive game at Old Trafford. For the home side, it is Manchester United versus Bournemouth. Now, this is a massive game for Manchester United. They got two big games coming up. They got Bayern Munich on Wednesday in the Champions League, and then after that, they play Liverpool on the 17th of December. So, yeah, so this game is vital for United. They need to win this game to have confidence coming into those two games against Bayern and Liverpool. Of course, United did beat Chelsea the other night. Apparently, United played really good throughout in that game. Of course, one of my mates only watched that game. Apparently, United were quite good. Bournemouth, on the other hand, though, big win for them against Crystal Palace. I mean, away from home is actually quite good, to be fair. Away from home against Palace, it's a really good result for them. So I'm sure. I don't know. Anyway, Bournemouth fans, put in the comments how are you feeling coming into this game. But unfortunately, I think United will win. I think it'll be a scrappy game because, like I said, considering Bournemouth have just beaten Palace, Selhurst Park, it can be a tough place to go sometimes. But I mean, at the moment, it's probably not because Palace are dog. But yeah, 2-1 Man United.
Alright, now this one is a good one. Manchester United against Bournemouth. Now, Manchester United have a 64.5% chance of winning, while Bournemouth have a 17.2% chance of winning. Now, Manchester United, I think they played okay against Chelsea. It wasn't their best, but Scott McTominay is just saving them. Bournemouth getting a clean sheet at Crystal Palace, yeah. So, I think this is going to be a Man United win easily. And so, yeah, I'm going to go for a Manchester United 2, Bournemouth 1 win. And all I have to say is, Manchester United, get ready for December 17th, as it's not going to be that easy at Anfield.
Okay, then, and the next game, probably game of the weekend, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. What a game this is going to be. And Aston Villa are coming into this game after a 1-0 win versus Manchester City. What a win for Villa that is. And I mean, I think the way they performed, I mean, yes, I only did watch the last half an hour, but Villa absolutely ripped City to shreds. Literally, it was like putting City in a shredder, and Villa absolutely battered City. City had 2 shots the whole game, and I think Villa had about 23. I mean, that is just called domination, to be honest. And I wonder how this game is going to go. But personally, this game will be tougher for Villa, because at the moment, Arsenal are better than Manchester City. Because Arsenal did scrape a win versus Luton. I was absolutely gutted because I wanted Luton to get a result at home against Arsenal, but Declan Rice had to bloody ruin it. So fuck you, Declan Rice. I'm joking. But you know, this is not going to be Arsenal fans. This will not be an easy game. Villa will make Villa Park a fortress, and it already is a fortress. They're unbeaten in Villa are unbeaten in 14 home games at Villa Park. 14. That is just incredible. And I mean, I will not be surprised if Villa win this game. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll lose. I don't think Arsenal will lose or win. So it's going to be a draw. 2-2. Josh, What's your prediction for this cracker?
Alright, now this is a good game to predict. Aston Villa against Arsenal. Now, Villa have a 28.9% chance of winning this, which is a bit low in my opinion, while Arsenal have a 46.5% chance of winning this. Now, Villa, I didn't watch the game, I don't know why, but I think they did okay. They've now 14 games, I think it's 14 games unbeaten at Villa Park. But can this run end now with Arsenal coming? Now, what I watched, I watched a bit of it, not a lot of it. But all I saw from City today, all I saw from City on that game was they weren't great at all. We'll get into the City game later, but I think this is a good way to test Aston Villa's skills in this. As Arsenal, in my opinion, I think they should not have won against Luton. I think it was such a undeserved win in my opinion. But yeah, next up, I'm going to go for a Villa 2, Arsenal 2. My predictions, I think it's going to be a draw from them. And hopefully, Villa's goalkeeper does not score an own goal like last season.
Okay, then next up, Kenilworth Road, Luton Town against Manchester City. Now, Man City, they haven't won a game in 5, I think. Is it 5 or 4? I'm not sure. But what is going on at Man City at the moment? 3 draws and 1 loss. So it is 4 then. What is going on, City fans? Put down in the comments. 1-0 loss versus Villa. And City were absolutely shocking. They were absolutely shocking. They looked, I mean, from what I saw, they looked lost. It just felt like they've never played football together before. And I mean, Villa just absolutely obliterated them, to be honest. But Luton, oh man, they were so unlucky. They were so close to getting a point against Arsenal. But Declan Rice scored in the 97th minute, whatever it was, to win the game for Arsenal. But if Luton can play like that, they could get something out of this game. And if Luton Town win this game, that win will go down in history. If Luton Town win this game, if Luton win, that win will go down in football history. So City, it will be super embarrassing if they lost this game. And I want City to lose, because if they lose, we win. We go level on points with them. And then if we beat Forest on the Friday night next week, City lose their next game, we go above them. So yeah. But unfortunately, Luton aren't going to win, unfortunately. City, they need to bounce back. They need to win at some point. And I think they are going to win 3-1. And let's see what Josh has predicted for the game at Kenilworth Road. By the way, up the Hatters.
Alright, now next up is Luton Town against Manchester City. Luton have a 5.3% chance of winning this game, while Manchester City have an 85.7% chance of winning this game. Now, Luton, I mean, congratulations to them. I think they should have, in my opinion, in that game against Arsenal, they should have deserved at least something from there. Meanwhile, Manchester City, what is going on with them? I don't get this. I saw the bits of the Villa game, not a lot. But what I was doing, I saw them, and they were like, and I was like in my head, like, God, this is not the real Manchester City. Like, what is going on? Now, if City lose this game, then that's just going to be an embarrassment from them. But let's be real, they're not going to score. They're not going to win. They're not going to lose to Luton. So I'm going to go for a City 3, Luton 0. That is my score predictions. Manchester City 3, Luton 0. You heard me.
Alright then. Third to final game. Fulham versus West Ham. West London versus East London. London derby. Now West Ham sadly beat us last night 2-1. And I mean, the first half, West Ham, they were rubbish. They were poor. They just played crap. But in the second half, they turned it on. And they actually played really well in the second half. Of course, it was Bowen and Ward-Prowse with the goals for West Ham, and a big win for them. I mean, I'm just a bit disappointed that we lost, but for West Ham, it's a big win for them. I mean, I think they're unbeaten in 6 games now. So will West Ham get its 7th unbeaten on Sunday? But Fulham, wow, 5-0 win versus Forest. I mean, I predicted the draw, which generally not expecting Forest. Sorry, I wasn't expecting Fulham to win 5-0. I mean, this will be a good game in my opinion. So I'm going to sit on the fence and go 2-2. Does Josh agree with me? Let's find out.
Alright, now this one is Fulham against West Ham United. Now, Fulham have a 41.5% chance of winning this, while West Ham have a 31.7% chance of winning this. Now, I did not see the West Ham game. I think, but all I knew was that Spurs, sorry Zach, but Spurs were not good today. I mean, they're not going to be good for a while, sorry. Yeah, Fulham... on the other hand, wow, what congratulations to them on Wednesday. Beating Forest 5-0 is something unexpected, but yeah. I think this could be a draw. This is a perfect draw. I think this is going to be a Fulham 1, West Ham 1 draw. And both teams will deserve a point. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay then, and the second to last game, we're heading from London to Merseyside, is Everton versus Chelsea. And wow, what a win for Everton last night. A 3-0 win versus Newcastle United. I mean, of course, we'll speak about Newcastle in a minute, but what a win for Everton that is. I mean, to go into this game after beating Newcastle 3-0, they'll be feeling confident, Everton, coming into this game, and especially against Chelsea, who have just lost 2-1 against Manchester United. Now, I didn't really watch this game, but apparently Chelsea, they were really, really poor in the second half. The second half performance was poor. I mean, from what Ollie was saying, because he was watching this game, I mean, they had a few chances from the likes of Jackson and that, but overall, Chelsea in the second half were absolutely poor. So, could Everton get back-to-back wins here? I mean, I don't think they will, unfortunately. I think Chelsea will scrape a win. Unfortunately, but I would love it if Everton win. I'll bloody love it if they win. Love it. But Chelsea, they need to win at some point, and this is the game they have to win, to be honest, Chelsea. But yeah, I think they'll win, but hopefully Everton win. 2-1 Chelsea. Up the Toffees.
Next up is Everton Football Club against Chelsea Football Club. Now, Everton have a 30.8% chance of winning this, while Chelsea have a 43.3% chance of winning this. Now, I saw the Everton game as I thought that was going to be a good one, and I was shocked. 3-0 to Newcastle. Wow. Yeah, that is something. But Chelsea losing 2-1 to United. I mean, we all got to be honest, it was fair enough. But yeah, I think Chelsea could get a clean sheet in this one. As I don't think Everton are going to do well in this game. I think they're going to be performing not so good. Yeah, so I'm going to go for Everton 0, Chelsea 2.
And the final game, it is Tottenham Hotspur versus Newcastle United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the Fortress, the best ground in London, the best ground in the Premier League, the best ground in the... No, I'm joking. To be fair, is it the best ground in the Premier League in London? Put it down in the comments right now. But yeah, anyway, this is going to be a tough game. I mean, we've got injuries, they've got injuries. Considering they did lose last night, the confidence has kind of gone up a little bit in a way. But, we had to beat West Ham last night, and we didn't. So we have to win this game. It's not going to be easy, though, because Newcastle are a good team. And we have to win this game because they humiliated us in April 6-1. They absolutely humiliated us. So we need to plot and get our revenge on Sunday. But, Tottenham, what happened last night, man? We played so well in the first half. We should have been about 3-0 up at half time. I said in the match reaction, we literally capitulated in the second half. We just fell apart. I just don't know what happened. And I'm sorry, you can't be losing to West Ham at home. You just can't. You just bloody cannot be losing to West Ham at home. It's not good enough. No wins in 5. Jesus. But yeah, but Newcastle though, apparently they were really poor. Apparently Trippier was really poor last night at Goodison Park. But yeah, I didn't watch the Newcastle game, so I don't know how they played. But apparently Newcastle were really, really poor. So maybe we could get something out of this game. I think we will. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. So yeah, Josh, you better predict a Tottenham win, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, for my final game week predictions for game week 16 is Tottenham Hotspur against Newcastle United now. Spurs have a 44.4% chance of winning this, while Newcastle have a 32.3% chance of winning. Both teams lost on Thursday. Spurs lost 2-1 to West Ham. They kind of bottled it, while Newcastle got battered 3-0 by Everton. But, I think it's a game. I think this is going to be a bit of a fair game, as both of them have bad injury records, like Newcastle with Pope and I think Wilson's injured, while Tottenham have Maddison and that injured. So I think, I'm not lying, I think this is going to be a bit of a boring game, really, as I'm going to go for a Spurs 0, Newcastle 0. So yeah, that's my game predictions. Before I end the video, I just want to say thank you to Zach Dominski for letting me do this collab here. So thank you, Zach Dominski, and let's hope we get some of our game predictions right. Goodbye.
Alright then, so that is the end of the video. Of course, thank you for Josh for coming on. Make sure to go subscribe to Josh. Do it now or you are a mug. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for Game Week 17.